Hey guys, recently I read Berserk for the first time. It's really good. Anyway, I was reading and I noticed something peculiar. Now, maybe it's something already been explained in later chapters, and I'll get there eventually, but see, I noticed in chapter 3 that there were these 5 figures when the big sword guy goes into the egg. This guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. But what I didn't realize at first glance was this figure. What? Go back and check volume 3 and tell me you don't see this figure and wonder, what the hell is this? It's a hand. I did a couple double takes and it's definitely there. Just this dark, mysterious figure just lurking in the background, almost as if observing the events of what is occurring, watching us, the reader, not realizing its presence, not acknowledging it floating, waiting for the right person, the chosen one, to finally notice. To notice the hidden member of the God Hand. Well, I was perplexed, but I didn't think much of it at the time. 6 makes sense. Void spoiled that much right away. Fast forward a couple hours and I read more Berserk. I get to the eclipse. Fantastic twist, I never saw it coming. But this time there's only 4 fingers. This guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. Somehow, we've gone back in time. But that's a theory for another day. The thing is, though, there's not. There's actually 5 already. The hand was complete this whole time. Griffith was the 6th God Hand. He was almost an afterthought. And it makes sense, too. How an absolute fuck could these 4 command evil across our world? They would almost need some other entity to actually be strong enough to be a God Hand. This first God Hand was not void, as we had previously assumed. It was this mysterious being, just lurking in the shadows. The first being to being evil, the first God Hand. Once again, I had to look again and again to try to see this individual, but to no avail. Its form kept twisting and changing, almost as if observing the events of what is occurring, watching us, the reader, not realizing its presence, not acknowledging it floating, waiting for the right person, the chosen one, to finally notice, the hidden member of the God Hand. Continually creeped by this discovery, I continue reading. I come to this moment when the Black Kingsman is atop the Tower of Conviction. 5 figures appear once more, except this time there's more than 5. A 6th figure lurks in the background, almost as if observing the events of what is occurring, watching us, the reader, not realizing its presence, not acknowledging it floating, waiting for the right person, the chosen one, to finally notice the hidden member of the God Hand. Suddenly, the page turns dark. A hand begins reaching out of the page towards me. It grabs my cheeks by the tip of his fingers, pulls me inward. I am resorbed into the Berserk manga page. I open my eyes and see, finally, it became almost as if I was observing the events of what is occurring. The entity that had eluded me for so long. The hidden member of the God Hand. It speaks to me.
Boy, I am God.
I ask, and what is God? What am I?
God? You truly know nothing.
Its figure, clouded by smoke, begins to become clear. It was almost as if
I have lurked for so long. Almost as if observing the events of what is occurring, watching you, the reader, not realizing my presence, not acknowledging me floating, waiting for the right person, the chosen one, to finally notice the hidden member of the God Hand. Thank you for telling my story.
You're welcome, Schnoz Donovan.